Hey guys, so this is my next installment of our paint night. This time we are going to be painting a summer sunset at the beach. So in your kits I have included a picture of what we're going to paint. Now, as I always say in these tutorials, you can paint whenever you want. If you don't want to paint this, you don't have to paint this. This is your painting. You do what you like. But this is the one that we're going to be working on today. So enjoy and have fun. If you don't follow along with us, that's cool. So in this kit, what I gave you is your picture, a canvas board, 6 cups of paint, and I got you 2 brand new smaller paintbrushes. Before you begin, you're going to get some water so that you can clean your brushes off, and some paper towels are very helpful. If there are any colors that I did not include that you want to create, I usually add in most of the primaries so that you can make other stuff. So obviously yellow and red make orange. Then we've got, I already added a purple because there really was no blue in this picture. So there is a blue or a purple here. If you mix in a little yellow, you might get an off-green color. And then of course I've got some pinks. If you don't like this pink, if you want something lighter, you can mix in some white. And then of course we have the black to do the silhouette of the palm trees and the birds in the ground. Alright, so I'm going to get started. First thing you're going to want to do is unwrap your canvas. Now the cool thing about this company that we buy our canvas boards from is that it gives you a little bit of space in the back here to write any information. So the title of whatever you want to do, I'm just going to say sunset at the beach. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do all of my background first. Then I'm going to come back with one of these lids and just draw in a circle and then just put a few coats of white until we can't see any of the background colors anymore. I think that is probably the easiest way to go, because when you're doing your backgrounds, you like to swish the paint clear across your canvas, and if you got a big circle in the middle, it makes it a little hard. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'm just going to lay down some color first. I think I will do the water and then work my way up to the top. So you can see that the water here is, there's a nice reddish, purpley, pinkish line for the horizon. And then you got the yellow, and it's going to work its way into orange, and you're going to do some pinks, and you're going to end up with some purples on the top. So I'm going to start that first, and then I'll work on the water, which is red because it's reflecting the sunlight, or the sunset in the sky. Okay, I'm going to take my red, and these little caps are great for mixing colors. So if you turn the cap over and you put a dollop of whatever paint you're using and any other color you want to mix in and mix it here, these work really well. Okay, I think I'm gonna let it go at that. I might come back a little bit later, but we need to move on. Hey, something got on my picture up here. Maybe I will see if I can cover that with part of a palm leaf. Okay. So let me just show you what I'm doing. So bear in mind, I am definitely not a professional artist. So I've started my sunset. I've got my clouds going on in there, or sorry, my sunset. The sun is going to be right there in the center, and then I've got my ocean, and then we'll have some ground up here. Yeah, those light purples up in the top are definitely going to get a lot of things covering them. So hopefully that'll make it look a little bit better. All right, so now I am going to go ahead and put my sun in here. And hopefully this is dry enough that if I put down something, it won't smudge. Okay, so I am going to grab a clean cap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a break. I'm going to let the white dry a little bit. I'm going to cover up this tiny little bit of pencil that I see. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to let the white dry, and I'm going to go back over it again with more white. So I'll probably do 2 or 3 coats on this. So this was just the first coat. So this is a good point to take a break if you've been at this as long as I have. I've been at it for an hour. So yeah, take a break, come back to it, let it dry a little bit. Don't get burnt out. Go outside, do something, play a video game, let this dry. Come back, and then we'll finish. Okay, see you soon. Okay guys, welcome back. I let this dry overnight. I put another coat of the white on, and I'm actually going to grab the white and do one more coat because I can sort of still see a little bit of the background in there. So this will be the 3rd coat of white that I put on. Now if you left your paints out and they got a little dry, you can always dip your brush in some water and go in there and just re-wet the paint, and then that should just be fine. Okay. But luckily my paint didn't dry out all that much because I put the caps back on. So the next step that I'm going to start working on is the clouds. The one thing about clouds, especially when you're in a sunset, if you look at your picture, right, you notice that the bottoms of the clouds are kind of a lighter color than the top of the clouds. And that's just because some of the sunlight is bouncing off the bottom of the clouds. So when we make our clouds, they look like they're rather purpley, and the bottoms are more red. So I'm going to start with the red, and it's going to be quite a dark red, maybe a little orangish red. And I am going to do the bottom of the clouds, and I'm going to start grabbing some purple, and then I'll do the tops of the clouds with the purple, because the top of the clouds are going to reflect the top of your sky. All right, so let's get down to it. I'm just going to start doing some clouds. Start working on these little clouds at the bottom, and you can tell that is like a really pale yellow. So I'm just gonna grab white, grab my yellow jar, and put the white on the side, just like that, on the inside of my cup. And then I'm just grabbing a little bit of yellow, and I'm just mixing it on the side of my cup. It's, for me, this has been a lot easier than trying to use a plate. A little faster too. Okay, so I got some pale yellow, and I'm just going to come in here really quick and just do some small wispy clouds right through the sun here. guys can mess around with your clouds any way you want. My paintings tend to be a little bit more on the psychedelic side, so if your painting looks a little better than mine, congratulations, you're doing better than I am. So I think I'm going to not mess around with the background anymore. I'm going to go ahead and grab the black and start doing the foreground with the ground here, the silhouetted palm trees, and then we'll finish it off with the seagulls. Assuming those are seagulls, probably some kind of ocean bird. And what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to do the ground, and then I'll start working on the palm trees. So it doesn't have to be exactly like my picture that I'm going off of, but it's close enough. Alright, I am going to go ahead and start my palm trees. And it looks like my tip of my palm tree, I'm going to have it ending right about here before I get to the palm fronds. So I'm just marking where I'm going to so that I don't stray, because that is really easy to do. I hope you enjoyed doing this painting with me. I always have fun doing paintings with you guys. Now remember, when I do these tutorials with you, you can paint whatever you want. These are your paintings, and I want you to enjoy them. So, there is my sunset at the beach, all nice and pink and purpley, with my palm trees and my ridiculously large seagulls. How about we just call those albatrosses, because albatrosses are huge. Okay, so there it is. I'm going to finish this off by putting my initials on here. And that's always really fun to do. Alrighty. Most people put the signatures in the bottom right corner. You can put it wherever you want.